In this video we're going to talk about graphing quadratics in turning point form, so that's what this TP stands for, in turning point form. The general rule, okay, y equals ax minus b all squared plus c. Okay, your turning point is at b, c. Notice the change of sign. So notice the change of sign to go to there, and the lack of change of sign to go to there. Okay, so C just carries down, okay, but your B, which is inside your brackets of your squared, needs to be changed sign. Alright, so if we haven't talked about A yet, so let's bring A down here. Okay, this is called the dilation factor, and there are a couple of situations we need to think about here. Okay, if it's greater than 0, okay, or positive, means it's a happy parabola. Okay, so it's called a minimum shape, so it goes like that. If it's less than 0 or negative, it's an unhappy parabola. It's a sad face. Okay, there is one other thing we need to work out in terms of the dilation factor. If it's between 0 and 1, alright, but not equal to them, then it's going to make it wider. Okay, if it's greater than 1, it's going to make it skinnier. Okay, if it's between 0, I shouldn't do it that way, it should be -1. If it's between -1 and 0, that is wider but upside down. And if it is less than -1, it's actually skinnier than a normal but upside down. Okay, so that's the dilation factor. Okay, so the general rule, positive and negative, upside down or right way up, and then you're either, if it's between 0 and 1, be it 0, -1 or +1, it's going to be a wider parabola graph. If it's greater than 1, so if it's a number bigger than 1, it'll be a skinnier parabola graph. Here is a trick that they want you to know, or that you probably already know, you just don't realise you know it yet. Have another look at this. Alright, have another look at this, and then maybe go back to have a look at the video on completing the square. Okay, to get to this point here, you do completing the square. Okay, so completing the square gets you to turning point form, and then you can work out the turning point. So if you're given just a straight, or what we call a standard quadratic in the form of y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, complete the square, and the first, I think it's sort of the first formula you write down, gets you there. So to give you an example of that, I will do question, what is it, 6a. Alright, which is y equals x squared minus 4x plus 9. Okay, so if you don't remember completing the square, I'm going to run through it quickly now, but there is a separate video on it. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to divide it by 2, I'm going to square it. Okay, so y equals x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 4 plus 9. Okay, now this, hopefully you remember, is a perfect square, where we go x squared minus 2 squared, oh, forget that, x minus 2 all squared minus 4 plus 9 is actually plus 5. Okay, you'll notice right now that that's in turning point form. Okay, that looks the same as this equation here, ax minus b squared plus c. Alright, so my turning point is actually change the sign of this one. Okay, so change -2 to +2 and +5. Alright, so that's my turning point. is 2, 5.